All right, here we are with our 5-4 homework review. I asked you guys to do 17 to 27, just the odds. 17, 19, and 21. You were given 3 ratios, and you were asked to figure out whether or not you were asked to figure out which 2 of those 2 ratios are in fact proportional. So our first one, we have 8 to 4, 24 to 12, and 55 to 27. When you look at these, sometimes one of these ratios is really going to stand out as not belonging. If that happens, which it does in this one, because these are pretty common multiples. 4 times 3 is 12. 8 times 3 is 24. Immediately we know that these are the equivalent ratios. We can just ignore that 55 to 27. Those numbers did not match our other numbers very well, so they kind of stood out like a red thumb there. Number 19, we have our 3 ratios as 35 to 26, 81 to 39, and 27 to 13. I wouldn't say that these ones glare so much because these numbers are bigger, but check out 13 and 39. 13 times 3 is 39. So it makes me wonder, well, what is 27 times 3? If that is 81, then we know these two match. If it's not 81, then we know they don't match, and we can try to figure out which one that first one matches. By match, I mean is proportional with. So if I know 13 times 3 is 39, 27 times 3, actually do that, it's 81. So that tells me that those 2 ratios are proportional. Moving on to 21, we have decimals. We have 5/10 to 6, 25/100 to 9, and 1 to 12. So here again, this seems kind of glaring. A quarter or 25/100 is half of 1/2 or 5/10. This is not half of 6. In fact, it's more than 6. So we know already that does not match that. If you think over to this one, 6 times 2 is 12. What's 2 times 5? 1. So those are our proportional ratios there. 5/10 to 6 is proportional with 1 to 12. Moving on to 23, we've got some cross multiplying to do here. So 23 tells us that there are D dollars in 12 hours, and that is equivalent to $96 to 8 hours. So we are trying to figure out how much something costs or how much we're going to make if it costs $96 for 8 hours or we make $96 in 8 hours. Doesn't really say which way that's going to go. But we are going to cross multiply here. I have to do 96 times 12. And then divide that by 8. I would get $144 for 12 hours. So that's your answer to 23. 25 is another cross multiplying. This time we have m minutes. So m minutes to 8 miles, and that is equivalent to 24 minutes, 3 miles. So we are going to cross multiply. And then divide. And we get 64 minutes. So 64 minutes for 8 miles. Last one, number 27. We've got C computers for 15 students. And that is equivalent to 20 computers for 25 students. We are going to cross multiply. Divide. And we get 12 computers for 15 students. So that's all I have for 5-4. Once you get the hang of cross multiplying, it becomes a very useful tool to have in your math back pocket, so to say. The next two sections that we do are actually going to use this cross multiplying to solve some real world problems. So when you finish up the section, make sure if you have questions you ask them. You can ask them in our next Zoom, or you could ask them on your class discussion board, or when you submit your assignment. I've had kids put a comment that they didn't understand something, and then I knew to make sure to address that in the next Zoom. So all those are great ways to let me know you have a question on something. You definitely want to make sure that you have this cross multiplying down because it's going to be used in our next two lessons. So I will see you all in our next Zoom. Take care and enjoy your day.